Okay, welcome in everybody. I think we are set up and ready to go. You will notice in the top corner of the screen I do have my 3DS. I'm kind of testing it today to see how it'll work going forward for the rest of the Living Dex Challenge. I gotta get out of the screen there. I'm not really sure how to fix that. As long as I'm not directly in the screen. Yeah. So I'm gonna attempt to run around in the Safari zone. It's not gonna, or the Friend Safari rather. It's not gonna really work so well because I do have to keep a hand on the. Okay. We'll try this again. Hey, Sammy, thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, let me finish this test with this real quick so I can focus on what we're doing. I'm going to make this 160. Nice. Make this bigger and we're going to see how it looks real quick. Oop, this way. Yeah, I think that'll work all right. How does that look, Sammy? Nope. Wait. Okay. Okay, yeah, I thought it looked okay. It'll work better when I'm playing just the 3DS, because then I'll be situated in a slightly different way. I will have to wear a shirt during the 3DS streams. But yeah, I think that works. We're going to go ahead and turn that off. I'm going to go ahead and snooze that. Yeah, definitely. We'll go ahead and close that. Plug this in. And we'll pull up Twitch. Over here on my phone. So I can have my chat. Yeah, so that'll work pretty well for when I go to do my 3DS portions of the stream. I gotta turn this light off for a bit. It's already starting to get warm in here. We are/were getting some rain. Okay, this is where we fight Marnie. Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday. I didn't stream yesterday because I had a massive headache. So I thought it was best not to force myself to struggle through. But here we are with this today. go ahead and go in and try bulldozing everything. Marnie, why are you like this? I guess I'll go ahead and heal. Oh, not what I wanted. Of course, she got the flinch. Okay. Marnie. I see the game you're playing. Do I have an X speed? I don't. Okay. Legendary adjacent, I think. Yeah, somewhere between like the sub-legendaries and the pseudos. Because they're generally stronger than the pseudos, but not as strong as like the Reggies or whatever. Give her a brutal swing. I want to keep minimized just in case I need to have some shenanigans. Do have a very strong physical attacking team at the moment. It's all very heavily leaning, which I guess Flapple's mixed, Sims special. Yes, yes. Decide. Well, I would if everyone would quit talking to me. We do a final little check on the team. I think he's 27. Okay. By number. Nobody can learn Stealth Rock. Nobody can learn Stone Edge. Nobody can learn Power Gem. Okay, before we go into this gym, I'm going to go to the Isle of Armor and level up a little bit. Which will take less time than having to rerun the gym multiple times, so... Okay, and let's head up this way just a hair. We're kind of looking for some some Chansey. I'm also going to go ahead and run some raids. I am glad you can just go in against these Pokemon and they are just the type they are. Like, as interesting as the Terror Raids are in Scarlet and Violet. Oh, okay, okay. It's a little loud there, bud. There we go. As interesting as the Terror Raids are, sometimes I forget to check what type they are. And then the underlying type of the Pokemon, it confuses me at times. Good. Good job, Martin. Alfie officially has a better record on this playthrough than you do. He got a KO with his Wobbuffet. Quick catch this. Yeah, Martin's a real winner. He's slightly better in Dynamax Adventures, but not much. Okay, yeah, some Dynamax candy will be good. Well, true, but sometimes he gets more damage than I do, which is saying something. It's into a box. Sort by type. Rare candy. Oh, that was a waste of a rare candy. Where did that raid come? Did I just completely not see that somehow? Gonna need to go around and see about finding some moves, making sure I've got what I need. Awesome. I'll take a look at it right now, actually. Yeah, I like that. That Gen 2 Ho-Oh sprite is one of my favorites. Well, I guess happy pride to verifiable bottom. I don't know what else to say to that, really. At least it isn't sexy synagogues or whatever it was the other day. I actually might need to go talk to Honey so I can battle Mustard and talk to her son about getting and get the EXP charm. That might be at least halfway decent use of my time. I have the bike. One over there, one over there. Zorua. Depending on if I do black and white or black and white 2, I might use a Zorua on my team. The issue with black and white is I think post game is the only time you can get a Zorua. Mystic Water, which would be great for Krabby. Maybe eventually I'll use the rare candy at a good time. We'll have to see if Krabby can learn Liquidation, because that's a good physical water type move. That is also a crab. Waterfall would have been a good one too. But I like Liquidation because it can also get the defense drops. Miracle Seed. I think once I unlock more 2 and then unlock 3-star raids, the grinding portions are going to be a little quicker. Metal Coat. Let me send forward my Ladybug. Taking on some Mienfoo. Okay, got the first set of ads coming up. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. Moonstone, that'll be definitely one of the items I'm carrying around with me. Iron Tail. I might find some use out of that. Magnanimity. Hey, welcome back everybody. Got us a good little 2-star raid here, which will help boost the team just a little bit. I'm having to talk myself out of Magnemite on a bunch of these playthroughs. Magnezone kind of became a staple of various teams over the last 2 or 3 years. Good you used rock polish. That's helpful. I did get a shiny Magneton from one of my on my main sword file in one of the Dynamax adventures, which is always a fun time. I am going to do some Dynamax adventures, but I'm going to save that for the tail end of this playthrough. Mainly because it's super easy for these streams to devolve into nothing but Dynamax adventures. I had that problem with my Shield Professor Oaks. Hey, Leaky Tongue. So I want to make sure that we're making decent progress. Okay. There we go. Everybody's back this way. Sounds like that thunder's still going pretty good out there. We've had some really up and down weather the last month and a half. It's either been super hot or cool and rainy. Oh, okay, well, I guess it must be something in my game that I'm catching. It sounded too faint to be any of my game noises. wild charge. That would be nice to have. Okay, let's see what we can currently get. Number, regular flash cannon. Okay, I do need to do a little bit of the Isle of Armor story so I can Gigantamax Kingler. Okay, we'll teach you Sludge Bomb. There we go. I was finally able to kind of balance out the team a little bit level-wise. Okay, well, not what I wanted to do. But sword and shield, not sword. Dang it. The other one, Scarlet and Violet, the last couple of days because I was doing some shiny hunting. So. Back to that here in a bit. Try to run through some of this Isle of Armor story real quick. Yeah, we'll get along just fine. Okay, whatever you say. Bear, bear, bear. Expert belt. That's actually helpful. There's another TR around here somewhere. Ah, Focus Blast. There we go. EXP Charm, which will be very helpful. Okay, let's get through this fight. I'll fake out. Always forget. I think I get hit by that fake out every time. But I hardly ever have a ghost type. I don't use a lot of ghost types on this game. Or Pokemon with inner focus. Sheesh. Oh, well, this will be good for Silly Cobra. Let's see. Intimidate. You know, still almost. I'm double its level. Its level. Excuse me. And she gets robbed by a slowpoke. And the Council of Elders has decided no. Nah, I don't want to change right now. Four items, yes. So this is the apricorns. I think I've only ever gotten one of the rare Pokeballs from this. Where's my first Ultra Ball? So I don't actually have a poison type on the team. Yeah, I do. Got Trubbish. What am I talking about? Speaking of which, comes Trubbish. I would be super interested in a Champions format that includes all of the regional gimmicks. I know Mega is kind of the meta right now, but I think it would be cool to have a format that's sort of like a free-for-all type format where you could choose, you know, which of the gimmicks you used. And obviously you could only use one because then it would just get very out of hand. Dazzling Gleam. Hopefully I have somebody that can learn that. Eh. I'm going to feed Claire's Dojo Jacket to this Quagsire. This is a good team to take on Carvana. Good thing is I am one-shotting the 2-star raids pretty quickly, so that's very helpful. I don't actually have a super effective... Oh yeah, I do. Just trying to figure out how I was handling bead without some sort of super effective damage. Okay, got the next ads. It's already been 30 minutes. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. Here we go. Gives me a clear shot on the Slowpoke. I'm glad the paralysis actually worked out. Out there. Be another one for Flapple. Okay, yeah, it's got to be something in the background of my game music that makes me keep thinking I'm hearing thunder. Admittedly, I'm not used to playing Sword and Shield with the music and sound effects up this high. And if you've missed any of the Living Dex Challenge videos, those VODs are all up on my YouTube now. I got all of that uploaded this morning. So it's got the Pokemon Violet, the little bit of BDSP we did, Let's Go, and the first little bit of the Sword Run, in addition to any of the Nuzlocke runs I've done, my solo project Zomboid, Legend of Zelda, I've got Breath of the Wild, I've got Link's Past Randomizer, I've got some other zombie content on there. So all of that's over on the YouTube. That is usually linked at the top thanks to my wonderful mod, Sammy. And a subscribe over there would be much appreciated, as would a follow here. Okay, Peanut, whatever you say. Okay, Peanut. Oh, man. Got the lights off so my office doesn't get too hot, but it's making me sleepy. Blapple's getting a lot of raid usage right now. I think I've probably said this every time I've streamed this game, but I really, really enjoy this game. I know it's here lately, it's been getting a lot of people nostalgia tripping for it. But after the initial disappointment about the National Dex stuff kind of wore off for me, I realized I don't want to catch every single Pokemon every single time I want the shiny charm. So having the limited dexes is good, and especially with special gimmicks like Gigantamax or Mega Evolutions, Pokemon that might not get a spotlight otherwise get the spotlight. I mean, even with like ZA's DLC, you know, yeah, Staraptor is a pretty popular Pokemon, but it's never gotten a special gimmick until ZA. Meowstic, even some legendaries like Heatran getting a Mega. So I think once that wore off, I never much cared about the discussion of the graphics. I thought that was really just a pointless exercise. But once that sort of wore off, you know, I really started enjoying this game, and I've mentioned it before. This is the game that really launched my streaming. Crabs go in, and this is a game, one of the games that got me through the COVID lockdowns. So I have some good memories from this game. And everyone talks about Black and White kind of being a soft reset of the franchise, but for me it was Sword and Shield with, you know, a new a brand new generation on a home console system for the first time. That wasn't being played through like a peripheral or a add-on from another game. And I do remember shiny hunting Santigast on the Isle of Armor shortly after the DLC came out. Okay, let's hit the right buttons to go to the menu and stuff. Go back and talk to Mustard. We'll have our second fight with Clara. Hey, Begum, how's it going? Welcome in. You can have your uniform, Clara. Okay, so this is where I take the Bulbasaur that's going to go in my overall Living Dex. And then when I do the Shield playthrough here in a, down the line, I'll take Squirtle here. I think these guys are special enough to be the building blocks of the Living Dex. No, I'm just I wanted to build a Living Dex from scratch again. It's been 5 or 6 years since I last even did something like that, and I thought it'd be interesting to see how long it would take me to do it from scratch. I'm going to get everything with my own original trainer and stuff. Okay, let me take a look at his moves and see if he has anything that is worth my time. Flip turn, rising voltage. Could do grassy glide, triple axle, coaching, gas, scorching sands, dual wing beat. Expand. Force Skitter Smack. Not be bad. Meteor Beam. Force Guys. Scale Shot. Flash Out. Steel. See Explosion. Okay, so right now none of those moves are useful. If you are in the mood for some relaxing gaming or some fun art, my wife's YouTube just popped up in the chat. She has done Roller Coaster Tycoon, Stardew Valley, Mass Effect, and she and I have done Project Zomboid together. All of that is over on her channel. She also streams here on Twitch Mondays and Thursdays. Sammy Gene08, she's my moderator. She's always in the chat. A follow for her would be appreciated, and a subscribe on her YouTube channel would be appreciated. She puts a lot of work into the stuff she does. Her Mass Effect playthrough has been super fun. For the last couple of months, ever since she started doing it, but definitely worth checking out. Her Roller Coaster Tycoon stuff's fun too. She has some really funny moments on that. So yeah, check her out. Especially with a follow here on Twitch, that would be really good. 7 pieces of Armorite ore. I actually haven't broken Digging Paw on this playthrough yet. Oop, and that still holds true. Nope. Still haven't. The last couple of run-throughs of this game that I've done, I've been able to get Digging Paw to get like 4 or 5 second wins in a row in like a single digging session. Crazy stuff. But I haven't this time. Let's get these. Take care of Clara. Okay, Clara. Slowpoke is definitely a bulky little fella. Okay, I think he has Levitate. Yeah, okay. She has poison types, but one of hers isn't a poison type till it evolves. One is neutral with ground moves, and one has levitate. It's good to get my starter out every now and then anyways. There we go. So there, yeah. And now I can go around the island and check for max mushrooms for the rest of my team when the time comes. Yeah, go ahead. My mushrooms probably taste better because they're built with plot armor. Yep. We'll start with crabs. Okay, and now we gotta go out and see about finding some more mushrooms. Hit all the caves, the forest, everywhere that could possibly have mushrooms. Possibly check under the training mats at the dojo. This side of this cave never has mushrooms. I don't know why I even looked. Or at least I've never found mushrooms there. Once I have the max mushrooms I'm looking for, then I will be ready to take on Kabu. Wasn't quite planning on spending an hour and a half doing Isle of Armor, but at some point it's going to have to be done. I figured might as well do it now while I have Pokemon that need to Gigantamax. Okay, maybe the raids that I do before I get the first set of max mushrooms don't make the max mushrooms appear. Which is fine. No, it does. Okay, cool. At some point during today's stream, I'm going to hit the right combinations of buttons to bring up my map on the first try. Okay, let's finish checking Brawler's Cave. Okay, and I hit the wrong button still. Okay. To Motorstoke Stadium and get ready to take on Kabu. Check them critical hits. I don't have Rain Dance yet. Oh, actually, I'll go Electro Ball Skull, Dazzling Gleam. Man. Okay, I'm gonna real quick check the two easy to access Watt traders. See if they have anything that'll help me just a little bit more. Stone Edge is the one I already have. Let's go check the meetup area. Then we'll take our halfway point break. Yeah. So yeah, we'll go ahead and take that halfway point break. I need to at least run to the restroom real quick. So we'll run these ads and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Okay, we are back. Sorry about the delay, everybody. I was munching me an apple real quick. I wish the guy over here had a flying spot. Okay, I'll get one more snooze here in a little bit. Nope, he's back this way. What I thought was happening. Fire blast. Okay, well, that will do that for now. I'll make it what we've got. Hey, that actually has one of my teammates on it. Ah, these are all the Marnie dresses. Okay, let's go take on Kabu. One of these patches of grass has the Sizzlipede, and I think it's this one on the right. I'm for sure going to go over there and catch Sizzlipede. Sizzlipede, one of the only Galar Pokemon that I still need the shiny of. Really like Litwick. Possibly on one of the Unova teams or the ZA team. I haven't decided yet, but it's a good chance that they make the cut there. I only need one more point. Let's go ahead and just get the KO. So what I'm going to do is when the battle starts, I'm going to give Kingler an X attack to do away with Arcanine's Intimidate. And then we'll just set up from there. Okay, I get hit with Will-O-Wisp first, but if I can go ahead and do this, I'm set up for when Arcanine comes out. Okay. is a burn heal. Go ahead and get rid of that. Okay, so I'm faster, and will continue to be after this attack. And there's the one shot. And I've probably said this a couple of times on Sword and Shield playthroughs, but I'm hoping that the next game has badges that are a little more unique. Okay, so we'll go out into the wild area. Hop will get beat up by Grandma, and we'll head towards Hammerlock. Hey, Hoppy has a point. If you believed in yourself more instead of comparing yourself to what your brother and I have, you are fully capable of being a really good trainer. Which, you know, is a fun character arc for Hop to actually go on throughout the main story, and then when you see him in the DLC later, he gets a little bit of a growth arc. I already have Sledge Bomb, but I'm gonna go ahead and grab it. Let's grab Hurricane. Let's grab Leech Life. Ah, the area that has caused so much frustration for me on Nuzlocke. With the exception of the egg lock, because I was smart enough to not mess around here. And actually, that's what I'm going to do again. I'm just going to kind of avoid everything. I will not. There's nothing there that... There's Earthquake, which I need. Grab Workup. Nothing there that sticks out. Yeah, that's whatever you were talking about for you. Ooh, leech. Actually, I kind of want leech seed. Guess I do leech seed over. Nah, for right now. That attack is crazy. Zim, I don't think you have anything. Yeah, just confusion. Okay. I don't know what's more evil, his plot or the swim trunks and sweater he's wearing. Well, if you're gonna meet with the chairman, you got to go the other way, bud. You know, it's a big building 10 steps behind us. Bullet seed. I do need to sell some stuff. There we go. Well, I would. If you'd get the heck out the way and let me go upstairs. Aim to see art, not make Instagram posts. The darkest day was caused by all the candles in Galar going out at the same time. and a lunar eclipse during a rainstorm. Or solar eclipse. Whichever one makes it darker. See, I do have some candies I can use. Is B's level. I'm not necessarily worried about like a level cap. I just don't want to fully steamroll everybody. $36 for her Machamp. Okay. Well. Go ahead and evolve my bug. Bulldoze is good because it lowers speed. I'm going to keep this for now. Quick attack is nice, but headbutt is stronger. Just about equal. I do like the paralysis, but the 25 extra points on base power I think is better. Definitely want to know Toxic. Do that in place of Takedown. I got stuck on the wall as I was going out. Okay, I cannot skip these ads any further, so we're going to go ahead and run them, and we'll be right back. Go ahead and switch out to the starter. Miracle's the one that reflects special damage. I'm not very good at predicting when that's useful, so I'm not going to use it. Well, maybe I won't miss this one. I know this probably would never happen, but I think it would be kind of cool if your Pokemon could hold like a permanent item and a consumable item, like different slots to give you more strategic flexibility, I guess. Right, hop. Hello, silly cobra. I am. Opal definitely has big lesbian energy, I think. I mean, she was there when the word pride was invented, so I think that's, you know, that's really awesome for her. Um, Iron Tail. I don't think everybody can learn Iron Tail. Oh, heck, I did never name Trubbish. Um, what is the monster on Aro Monsters that holds his eyeballs in his hands? Crumb, yes. I don't know how they have 22 hours left. They only had like 5 the last time I was on. Okay, well. Do have a poison type. I was trying to get ready for that trainer with the Clefairy and Clefable. Do have a poison type. And I can give the poison type that I have the expert belt. Lower that special defense a little bit. Oh, I'm so glad that... Wait, he can still do it without the misty terrain? I was just gonna say, I hope he doesn't get explosion or something, and then misty explosion's what came out. That is actually really funny. Trubbish, we got a bit of an issue if you're slower than a Magikarp. Which, I guess Magikarp is faster than you would think it is. I guess I ever realized that Duskull spawns on this route. Steel Wing, I don't think anybody can learn that. Yep. This team doesn't get a lot of move diversity, honestly. Sure is a lot of blowing up on this route. $36. $36. Okay. So both Silly Cobra and Trubbish evolved at 36, and Reboot. Sudowoodo likes water, doesn't he? Hello, Magic. Yeah, I feel like Sudowoodo famously enjoys water. Okay, let's go into Stow on side, so we have it as a travel location, and then we're back to the Isle of Armor. I want to use all the G-Maxes as I can kind of get them, so... I'm not going to grind all of them on stream. I'll probably do a little bit off stream. Hopefully we can do this relatively quickly so we can get 2 gym badges today, despite... I think the only raid den I'm missing is the one right over by the dojo. Or actually over by the train station. I'll say train station. This is a flying taxi station. Uh... There we go. Good thing is I am going to be clearing out these raid dens relatively quickly. Okay. Now, make sure when they reset, I don't miss any nearby. So I can just use bug moves. We've got 2 fire types as well, who will do a good chunk of damage, so this won't be too bad. Yeah, that's not too bad at all. Hey Stacy, how's it going? It's a type that I can use. Not too bad. We're going to be having chili cheeseburgers for dinner. So, definitely looking forward to that. Yeah, we'll probably have chili cheeseburgers, some french fries, and the leftover mac and cheese. If that's alright with upper management. Bunch in there, there's a bunch back that way. Hot shoodle. Let's see, let me make sure there's not any. Well, there's a mushroom, but not the one I was looking for. Switch to our crab. I don't even think I need to Gigantamax here, honestly. One-star raids are never too much trouble. Now once I get Orbeetle's Gigantamax form taken care of, I'll grind out the rest off stream, so that way we're not having to sit here and do nothing for long stretches of the stream. And that time will be included in the final time for the entire challenge, so I kind of feel like Hawlucha is one of those Pokemon that's going to make every game going forward that makes sense for it to be in. So, like, obviously, BDSP didn't have anything beyond Gen 4. And then Legends Arceus, I don't really see that Hawlucha would have made a lot of sense in that one. But Hawlucha feels like a Pokemon that's going to be in every game going forward. Up here real quick and make sure there's not a mushroom. Wheel over here real quick and make sure there's not a raid den. I think the rest of everything is going to be over towards Digging Paw. So we're going to go through the forest to check for mushrooms. And then also raid dens. That's number 2. Okay, we got the last set of ads coming up. I'm going to run those and we'll be right back. Okay, 3 stars take a little longer to to beat. So we might not get to the Stow on Side gym tonight, but we'll start with that first thing tomorrow. It's going to just depend on how long it takes to get that third max mushroom. Toxic spikes, that'll be nice to have. Go ahead and hit a couple more raids, and like I said, we'll just start tomorrow with the fighting gym. Because then it's the fighting gym, Glenwood Tangle, and the fairy gym, like right on top of each other. So if we get going fast enough. Both of those gyms should be within the first hour. And it will be regular time for the stream tomorrow. We have shifted our D&D day to Friday, so I'll either not stream or stream early on Fridays. For sure I'm getting Wobbuff at a lot today. And we'll hit a max flare again. Hopefully it doesn't change the weather again. Sandstorm did just enough damage to not let Pikachu's Focus Sash hit. Maybe get a para. Dang it. Well, I'm the one that caused the wipe on that one. Okay, let's try that again. We got enough time to do it one more time. Don't want Orbeetle for sure. I mean, Reboot's probably the best option I have, honestly. Okay, that's a much better team. Salazzle and Heatmore will actually do quite a bit together. And Clefairy will keep us from getting, any of us from getting hit with super effective moves. Because it has Follow Me. There goes its defense. Well, you held on with a Focus Sash, but you're going to get KO'd by the Sandstorm. Oh. Okay, it can only be hurt by damaging moves then. It has, what is it, Magic Guard? I can't remember what it's called. Now that can kill it. Okay, I drop its barrier. And Salazzle finishes the job. Good. And that was just in time. Don't want to catch. Orange candies, rare candies, grass knot. That's good if I fight anybody heavy. Okay, well while I'm doing my outro, we'll go ahead and look for the last mushroom I need. I hope everyone had a great time today. I know I did. Didn't make quite as much progress as I wanted to, but that's sort of the price I'm paying for my entire team having the potential to Gigantamax. Like I said, I'll take care of some of that off stream because doing the same things over and over again with the raids, I don't think is particularly interesting. Of course, I say that, and my luck, I'll actually get a shiny from a raid while I'm offline. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and keep an eye on that. Take care of that is, I think, what I actually meant to say. Okay, it doesn't look like I've got the mushroom yet. I'll probably have to do a few more raids. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, regular time, as I mentioned a couple minutes ago. Let me check while we're finishing up here. Check the raids and see what we got going on for today. Yeah, you know what? We'll go ahead and hop in with Hasty. And hit that. We'll be back tomorrow. I hope everyone had a good time. And until tomorrow, have a good one.